Hi, I'm Michael Gaddis, your 4S Ranch real estate expert. This is your 4S Ranch April 2014 real estate market update. In a moment, I'm going to give you a lot of data, and you're probably going to ask yourself, what am I going to do with all of this data? Well, a couple things. One is the goal of this video is to kind of let you know what's going on in your community from a numerical standpoint. I'm a big believer in mathematics. I believe almost everything comes down to math. And so when I go about pricing a house, one of the first things I do is analyze this particular set of data. Now, this particular set of data is not the ultimate determinator of where I think your value should be. However, it is my first start, and I kind of want to let you into my mind a little bit so you can kind of see, what part of the process is when trying to establish a list price for a house. Now, this data can be used for a lot of different things, and one thing it can tell you is if you're beginning to think about selling your house, you can see what the trends are, and you can see if it's a good time to sell or not. And right now, we're going to figure that out. So let's take a look at the data. So right now in 4S Ranch, there are 17 active listings. Now these active listings average 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,302 square feet. They have an average list price of $978,346. They have an average list price per square foot of $298 a square foot and an average days on market of 20 days. Now, the next category is contingent listings. Right now, a contingent listing, just so you know, is basically a short sale. Right now in 4S Ranch, there is only one contingent listing. Now, there might be some short sales that are currently in pending status or that have currently closed recently. However, actively negotiated short sales, there are only one in 4S Ranch as of right now. That particular short sale has 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,237 square feet. It was listed at $575,000 and has an average list price of $177 a square foot. Now, don't be alarmed by that $177 a square foot, because I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my gosh, they're tearing my value down. That one house, first of all, is not going to tear down your value. Second of all, just because it's listed there at that, it doesn't mean that's what the bank is ultimately going to take for that. So don't start panicking and thinking that the sky is falling and your values are dropping. Because if you look at the price per square foot of the active listings and the pending listings and the sold listings, that is a better indicator of what is going on in your community. So as I mentioned, the average price per square foot for an active listing in your area was $298 a square foot. So that's, $121 per square foot higher than the contingent listing. So let's look at pending listings. Currently there are 15 pending listings in 4S Ranch. The average home that is in pending is 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,214 square feet. Has an average list price of $875,104 and has an average list price per square foot of $277 a square foot. See, I think you're probably feeling better now because you're seeing that is an anomaly, that contingent listing. Now, the average days on market for these pending listings is 24 days. So let's look at the sold listings right now. There have been 15 sold listings as of March 1st, 2014. Now, I got this data I pulled this data from Sandicor, which is the multiple listing service for San Diego County. So I pulled all of the houses that have closed in 4S Ranch as of March 1st. So this data comes from there. So there have been 15 sold listings since March 1st. The average sold house in 4S Ranch had 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3,046 square feet, had an average list price of $852,971 and an average list price per square foot of $289. Now, I know you have just, if you've taken the time to really watch this video, you have probably just been inundated with numbers and your head is spinning and you don't know what to do with them all. However, the next 2 pieces of data are the ones that really matter. So all the other stuff I said was like icing. But this is the real cake. So what we have here is that the average house that sold in 4S Ranch sold for $840,592. That's the average. The average sold price per square foot is $285 a square foot. So that is really a good indicator of where you should start when trying to think about the basis for how to determine the price of your house. It's not, as I said, the determining factor, but it is something to give you a good gauge of where to start. And so $285 is a very good price. As you can see, it's on par with the pending listings, and it's on par with the active listings. Actually, the active listings are a little bit higher. So it shows you that there's a little bit upward trend in pricing based on a per square foot analysis. Now the pending listings are a little bit lower, so they're going to drive down a little bit, but most of those pending listings are the remnants of the winter sale issues. Now that summer is coming up, late spring and summer, that, as you can see by the active listings, people are wanting more for their house. And usually they get it because this is the time when people like to buy houses. They don't like to buy them as much in the fall and winter. So I hope all of this information has helped you and has given you some insight into what's going on in 4S Ranch in April of 2014. If you live in 4S Ranch or you want to buy in 4S Ranch, please give me a call. I would be glad to give you a consultation, maybe help you determine what the good price for your house would be. If you would like to call me, please feel free to do so at area code 760-692-5950, 760-692-5950, or you can visit my website at www.michaelgaddis.com. That's www.michaelgaddis.com. If you're in Carlsbad, you can visit my office. Now, don't be dissuaded by the fact my office is in Carlsbad. I serve everyone throughout the county. I go everywhere. And as long as I have access to databases, I can learn more about your community and your house in 1 hour than most people who have lived there their entire lives. So I'm kind of a real fanatic for research and data. So when I see this type of stuff, I love this type of thing. So no matter where you are, my goal is to sell your house for as much as I possibly can. Not just to list it, it's to maximize your return. So please feel free to give me a call. And remember, as always, I give you more, but it doesn't cost you more.